Our can won't flush, we're there in a rush. Call Stinky Septic. The best service around, the newest truck in town. Call Stinky Septic. Just make the call, we'll do it all. We're the best of the lot with a honey pot. You'll be in luck when you see our skunk. Call Stinky Septic.
Welcome to the Entertainment Podcast. You are dealing with your triangle offense over here. It's my bad if my demeanor is a little, to the left. It's early. It's early, man. We're doing an early edition of the podcast. It's still Saturday, but it's a little early on Saturday. If you're in the West Coast right now, you're probably still waking up, not getting the crust off the side of your face. You know where that drool that be right here, that be going down the side of your face when you got that good sleep.
Yeah, you know what's crazy, yo? So I got up. I told you I got up at like 7.
Yeah.
Right. I get up at 7. Yo, I'd be getting up right now if I was over there.
Yo. Damn. Well, there you go. Well, listen, the man knows how to get up. But either way, man, listen, we appreciate you riding with us for the next hour and whatever changes we go through a multitude of sports topics and, of course, the shit that matters to us. I'm your man, Cream. I'll be running things and dishing and passing and setting screens and everything for my man, Bad Lizzie over here to the left of me.
Yo.
Of course, my man down here, T Nice.
Yo.
So again, like I said, we got a lot of stuff to cover today. Interesting week of things in general, especially sports related. We'll get into a lot of that stuff. I know we're not necessarily gonna talk about it per se as topic wise, but James Harden has been traded from the Houston Rockets to the Brooklyn Nets. But we're going to talk about something that's relatable, I guess, to that situation later on in the show. But we're going to start with Pro Bowl snubs and flubs. That's going to be our first topic. Of course, like I said, we'll be talking about the tragedy that is the basketball player formerly known as Kyrie Erving, with his nonsense and shenanigans that he's been pulling throughout the week. And, of course, Heisman Busts. Where are they now? What the fuck happened? And of course, we're going to finally open up a segment that I've been trying to push for the last couple of weeks that we've been forgetting about, which is going to be like some TV shows and movie suggestions. Things that are out there that are must-see TV. I know Dave has some mouth-watering things that I'm sure he wants to bring to the table We'll talk about a lot of that stuff as well. So we're going to get started with the Pro Bowl snubs and flubs. I know Dave has done a lot of research on this situation. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Your research is more geared towards the Heisman situation. But Pro Bowl snubs and flubs, we're going to start with that, fellas. And one of y'all take it away.
First one on the list, man. DeForest Buckner, Indianapolis Colts.
Worthy.
He's not on the Pro Bowl. He wasn't good enough to be up here. I think he was better than Ed Oliver this year, yo. To be honest.
That's what I said. He's worthy.
Yeah.
Ain't he an all-pro, though? That's crazy. Yeah. He's an all-pro, though. But the media votes for that, though.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why we're just talking about the Pro Bowl. I didn't know if we're talking about all-pro team or Pro Bowl.
We are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pro Bowl. Yeah. I'm just saying he's an all-pro, which doesn't make any sense sometimes.
Right. Which is nuts. But we're going to get, hold on, where's my list?
And again, just to note, there will be no Pro Bowl played this year.
Which is, I mean, I guess it's symbolic in nature. They're picking the team this year,
right?
So they're going to pick the team and not play a game.
There won't be a game played, no.
But they're going to pick the team still, like they should have.
They should have at least one representative from each team playing Madden or something.
That I actually don't know if they're actually going to pick a team.
Oh, okay. I would hope not.
I think you just get voted to the Pro Bowl, but there won't be a team.
It's not an NBA All-Star game either.
Nah.
As far as my biggest flub, as far as the person I think shouldn't be on the Pro Bowl, that is Pro Bowl team, Jamal Adams, yo. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Seattle's pass defense was one of the worst in the league this year.
It was, but not because but part of that was because he spent a lot of time out. He wasn't. He didn't play a lot of games for Seattle this past year. When he was in, their defense was not bad. I mean, put it this way, he held his end of the bargain, no question about it. But No, they as a whole, their defense was trash.
Yeah, no, I just didn't think. I thought there was a lot better safeties again this year, than him. But I mean, that was my one, I guess, flaw I think they made.
Who you think should have went in over him? If you could have picked one person. Yeah, that's probably what the NFL did. Like, well, you know what? Fuck it, just put him.
Yeah.
I
think you might be right. I'm just looking at the rosters right now of all the safeties right now.
Derwin James, Tyrann Mathieu.
Tyrann Mathieu is a possibility.
He in the AFC though.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, we're talking about NFC. Yeah.
Derwin James was out for the season. He ain't really even play this year. Because I saw that on Hard Knocks. He got
hurt. You might be right then.
Did Eddie Jackson make the
damn thing that the NFC has no safeties better than the dude who finished on the 31st worst pass D.
All the good safeties are in the AFC. You think about it.
Well, a
lot of them are for sure.
Eddie Jackson's good.
Eddie Jackson,
Jesse Bates.
Well, Buda Baker, I think, made it too as well, right?
He should have.
Yeah.
Buda Baker, you got him. You got Jamal Adams. Who else is there? Damn. I'm going through my Rolodex of NFC safeties. Nobody pops in my head right now. But if I think of NFC, AFC, mad people pop in my head.
Yeah, AFC is...
You got Honey Badger.
Yeah, you got the starting safeties there is Justin Simmons from the Broncos and Tyrann Mathieu, Honey Badger, yeah. And then for the NFC, the safeties are Buda Baker and Jamal Adams, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, how the hell... What the hell? I don't know. I just can't see it yet. Bradbury from the Giants made it. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Seahawks defense was garbage this year. They got quite a few Pro Bowlers, yo.
You know, Bobby Wagner is a beast, though. He's gonna be in that shit every year.
He is, but I didn't see him making that much noise this year.
I didn't see any Seahawks games this year, so.
I did. Just.
Well, I saw the one they played against us where we stomped their ass out, but I forgot to mention that.
I see you got a little Bill shrine behind you.
Oh yeah, man. Today's the day, yo. Today's the day, man. You take that next step, yo. Hopefully, take that next step, yo. But honestly, like I said, I'm still just as confident I was last week, yo. I don't think there's a team that can beat us right now. I think right now we rolling hot, yo.
You rolling hot.
I don't know the Chiefs.
You rolling hot, but
like the Chiefs.
But
Browns gonna push the Chiefs.
They're gonna push the Chiefs. They're not gonna beat them though. But listen,
yo. I don't know. I thought I said the same thing about the Steelers, if you guys remember correctly. So I'm not making predictions no more.
No, well, listen, we
didn't talk about that later.
We didn't talk about that later. No, how are we gonna talk about it? It's not a topic.
Oh shit, you're right. It's not.
Either way, but again, like I said, any other snubs and flubs that you
No, I just grabbed 1 and 1 for this topic.
All right, we're moving on to Kyrie Erving and his bum ass. As you all, I'm sure have seen by now. Whatever, Kyrie Erving is being Kyrie Erving. Again, not showing up. As of right now, we don't know whether he is going to return. But in the midst of the process, James Harden has been brought into the fold now, and he is now a Brooklyn net. So again. An athlete cries, gets his way, forces his way out of town, and as a result of it, what happens? My Spurs end up losing to the Houston Rockets the day after they trade James Harden or whatever and dress 9 people. Fuck you, San Antonio. Thank you very much, you bum-ass niggas.
I saw them in that game.
So, yeah, I did too. So anyway, Kyrie Erving, But I don't even know where to begin. I really don't even want to. I don't even want to open this segment.
You took the words out of my mouth. I don't even know where to begin.
I don't know where to begin with this guy. He either doesn't like. He either. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's so many things that I want to say that I can't say anything. So go ahead.
Like it's either he doesn't get it or he's trolling us. I don't know which one it is though.
Yeah.
Yo, this Kyrie was in that damn Zoom.
Yeah.
Yo, why his team was tipping off, yo. He's like,
yo, I read that.
I
read that like no. And then I went to the picture. I'm like, yo, that is him.
That is him, yo. Kyrie Erving. I was like, what the fuck?
He was like this.
Yo, remember that video that you posted with that dude on the bed when he called his homie? Like, what you doing?
That's
what I thought of.
Yo. Hey, whoa. Hey, when I see that picture, he was like, whoa, player. He's like, what you mean, whoa, player? Like, yo, man, you can't be swinging your feet like that. What you mean, man? I can do whatever I want with my feet. Yo, man. He's like, come on, man. Yo. Anyway.
Yeah, but where does the crazy train stop with Kyrie? You know he's untouchable now, yo. Like if they cut him, no one's gonna pick him up because they can't trust him to play every day.
Somebody will pick him up. He's that talented.
No. I don't think so. After this shit, I think he'll
be on the team next week, yo. If he passed COVID protocol. He'd be on it.
It won't be us, yo. I don't think anybody will touch him, yo.
He's not going anywhere right now. I'm telling you, he's going to be a Brooklyn Net.
Of course. He's not tradable in his current state right now.
They're not going to get rid of him anyway.
Like, you want this crazy ass dude?
They're going to figure it out. But I mean, I'm over Kyrie Erving. Yo, I just feel like from the start of the situation when he didn't want to talk to the media, and did we just lose time? I think we just lost him.
Yeah, it was.
So when he didn't want to talk to the media, didn't want to fulfill his obligations, and said that it was better things in the world or more important things in the world than talking. I mean, okay. And then like the next day you talk to the media. Like it's just craziness, yo. It's crazy. So I am over Kyrie Erving. I just am. So I don't know how else to say it, but the dude is just he's a major. I ain't gonna call him a scumbag, but like his ego. I just feel like he just wants to be bigger than what he is, like what he really is. Ultimately, he's a top 10 player in this league, but the two guys that are now on that team are top 5 players. They're top 5. So, and I understand he wants to be a bigger deal than what he is because I think he feels slighted in certain ways by the talent that he does possess, because he is talented, no question about it. He probably has the best handles this game has ever seen, no question about it. Like he has the best ball handling skills I've ever seen from an NBA player standpoint. But again, like I said, his personal nonsense, yo, like the
better than Iverson ever.
I think so. Yes, I think.
Wow.
I think he's got better ball handling than Iverson, because at the end of the day, what we saw from Iverson, remember, was innovative because we had never seen it before. But
the same as Jay Will, Rayford Austin.
Yeah, those guys, again, like I said, especially Rayford Austin, because he's a street baller at heart. Like he's a street baller, and was able to make it to the league playing street ball.
Yeah.
I mean, like literally taking the style of street ball and putting that in a structured situation and making it work for him. So I mean, there's a lot of respect to people like them, but Kyrie has handles that are just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So, but here's the thing: like he's a cancer. He's a team cancer, yo. Like he really is.
That's why I said no one will sign him. I can't see anybody saying let's pay $100 million or $150 million for this dude who might just decide not to play.
Right. Man.
For the rest of the season, and they come back to training camp like, let me pick a coach.
But if there's provisions in place, if you have as long as you put sanctions in place to where if he doesn't fulfill his obligations, they take money out of his pocket, which I'm sure they're doing. I thought that's what breach of contract is. It is. Yeah. But again, like I said, it's probably going to be more strictly monitored in a situation where anybody was to bring him in. If this Brooklyn situation didn't work out, they would definitely have to put some type of sanctions in place to make sure that the team is not wasting money and wasting, time with this person that clearly has another agenda. So
Well, whatever it is, he's costing himself $500,000 a game, yo.
So anyway, he decides to go to, I guess, allegedly a birthday party, for his sister. And you see him without a mask on, maskless, amongst a bunch of people. Some of those people had masks on. He did not at the event that he was at. I don't know if it's been confirmed that picture was, from last week or whatever. I know his father and his sister's birthdays are both this past week that we just that we're coming out of. So I do know that, it's a possibility that this was a recent event. But again, for him to be, in this, you have a job to do. You're an athlete. You're a public figure. It's a pandemic going on. Why are you not out here wearing your mask, bro? Like, if you're going to be amongst these people, you have to be wearing a mask. Again, the mask is not about you. It's about me. Like, when you wear your mask, you're protecting me. When I wear my mask, I'm protecting you. Whatever you got already. So at the end of the day, what you're trying to do is prevent from spreading it to other people until everybody can get vaccinated, those who plan on taking it and what have you. But until then, that's what the mask is for. It's to protect the people around you. So, that I think people really fail to understand that aspect of what the mask is.
Most of them do understand that. They just don't care.
They just don't care. Yeah.
They just don't give a shit. They don't think either A, they don't think that this shit is real, or B, they just don't give a fuck about protecting you, and fuck yours. They don't know you, so who gives a shit?
You really think at this point in time, like we're in January of 2021, you think that at this point in time, people really think that this thing is still a hoax? Like that it's not real? Yeah, they do. Yeah.
You got people talk. I see it all over Facebook. I ain't taking no vaccine. You crazy.
Yeah, I'm one of those people.
They're not talking about first round. They're talking about ever.
Okay.
They're talking about the flu vaccine. I don't even get the flu shots because.
But I don't.
Shit, the people who say they put in all types of shit. They put in tracking nanites in you to find out where you are. Meanwhile, they're using the tracker to fucking send the message.
I know.
The fucking idiots, yo.
Which is hilarious. But no, I'll be honest.
Regardless, man, you know what it is? I think the vaccine would give me just a little extra protection on top of the mask. And then I'm gonna get the vaccine and stop wearing the mask. But the more people get the vaccine, the faster we get back to normal, yo. That's how it shit works, yo. And just like the flu, the flu vaccine ain't 100% effective.
No.
All right. I don't hear nobody bitching about that over the last 80 years, though, when it saved all these lives.
No.
So
and here's the funny thing.
This too will save a lot of lives, though. The same as the flu vaccine did. That's the way I look at it.
And we're
they didn't have technology or social media back then.
We're done with the Kyrie topic, but as we're waiting for Thomas to get back on here and join us before our next topic, real quick, I'll be honest, I don't take the flu vaccine. I've never taken it. First of all,
me neither.
I've never felt like, and I know people who have taken the flu vaccine, the pneumonia vaccine, and they're like,
a pneumonia vaccine?
Yeah, there's a pneumonia vaccine or whatever. And these vaccines, you get sick as a fucking dog. Like when you take a lot of these vaccines.
Well, you're supposed to.
Right. Why would I want to inject sickness into my body?
Because it's dead sickness with all the harmful shit removed. Right. So your body can still build up the antibodies it needs to fight that sickness when it comes in for real.
Tell that to the people who take that shit and get sick as
hell.
So
think of it this way. I was explaining it this way. Yeah. A man walks into your store with a gun, right?
Yeah.
And says, give me the fucking money. And you got a gun behind your desk. So now it's a 50-50 shot you live.
Yeah.
Right? Imagine if you could take away his gun before he walks into your store.
Yeah. I mean, no question. Yeah.
So that's all. To me, that's what a vaccine does, yo. That shit checks the guns at the door, lets them come in unarmed, and that's it. Yeah. Obviously, it don't work for everybody. Human physiology is weird.
Yeah.
What works for me don't work for you necessarily.
Right.
I could take a harmless fucking vaccine. Like you see these stories where people get a vaccine shot and then end up with brain damage or speaking a different language altogether.
Right.
Or
it's going to affect everybody differently.
Everybody's different, and that's a very, very small case. But the problem with social media and the problem with I guess regular media in general is something could happen one time.
Right.
And then they'll just throw it on the news, and because they keep talking about it everywhere and you see it on every post, you think that it happens all the time.
Got you.
And really, it's a one-off.
Right.
It's like you'll get people saying, and I'm not trying to make light of this shit whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And then we are really branching off to a different topic right now.
I know.
See, so I'm going to curtail it a little bit. But what's up with Niz? He coming back or what?
Let me.
I just hit him up and
All right, so my apologies, guys. We had some technical difficulties there for a quick moment. My man T Nice had to get some things in order. As you can see, he's in a different location. However, the show must go on. So listen, I know we got off topic. Me and Dave started talking about more or less the pandemic and how it related to how irresponsible Kyrie has been in regards to all of this. But I want to get your thoughts, Niz, now that you're back in here to kind of give your 2 cents in regards to the Kyrie situation.
Well, like I was saying before, I don't know if he's being for real or he's just trolling us. Like, first this nigga said the earth is flat.
Yo, Niz, let me ask you a question real quick. Would you waste $500,000 a game to troll people?
If you're making $33.4 million a year, yeah.
Right now he's not making shit. He ain't playing.
Yeah, I know. Every game
he's not a troll. He's got a serious mental issue, man. He needs to get looked at ASAP.
You know what's crazy about it? I'm gonna touch on the trade a little bit.
Go.
They might be one of the worst defensive backcourts we're ever gonna see in our lives.
And look who the coach is.
Yeah.
One of the worst defensive point guards ever in the history of our lives.
Yo, Steve Nash couldn't guard somebody with a chainsaw, bro.
Nope, he could guard me now. He can guard me now. I'll get by Steve Nash.
Damn.
But yeah, like I don't know, I don't get it. Like, and then I just don't understand that dude. I really don't. Like, and the funny thing about it, man, he's really, really good.
Yeah,
he's a really, really good player.
Yeah, he's okay, I guess. He's all right. But, he's averaging he's averaging like 25 points. What was 25 before he left?
27.
Okay, I guess.
Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. He kind of pisses me off. Like,
yeah, think about what the Nets think. Think about how the Nets feel about him.
You should be happy for this shit, Tom. This shit opens up a playoff spot for your squad, possibly.
Not no more.
Oh, you guys fall back to earth, huh?
Yeah. Reality sunk in for us.
Somebody must have walked in and was like, what team are we again? The Knicks. Oh shit. Yeah, we fucked up. Why are we over 500?
Yeah.
You think we jinxed it? Because I was talking about my squad high and mighty too, and we started getting our ass whooped. The Wizards waxed our ass that day. Like,
I was thinking that too.
I lost money on that shit.
I was thinking about that too, yo. Like, if we jinxed
like
it,
28.
Damn.
If we jinxed it, yo, I was thinking that, but
so
anyway. Do y'all think he should retire? Like,
who?
Because
Kyrie?
Yeah, because apparently he cares so much about these social injustice issues.
He's got enough money. This is what I'm gonna say. Kyrie's got enough money just from his Cavs days, where he can go and live a life of activism if he wants for the rest of his life. That's his choice, right? But what you shouldn't do, if that's your choice, what you shouldn't do is you shouldn't sit here and make somebody get into a contract with you and continue to take their money and not give them the service that you provided.
Don't
and I don't give a fuck you're an activist or not. Nothing makes that right.
And don't forget, you're dragging other people down with you that are depending on you to further their careers as well.
Yep.
Not to say that KD needs Kyrie. I think it's the other way around. But at the end of the day,
he's selfless. I understand that, but he's also selfish.
Yeah, and again, This is not taken away from what Kyrie has done in the community, because from what I understand,
he's a great guy,
extremely generous, and he does a lot of things within the community. But at the end of the day, your job is to play basketball. So if you have a problem with that, then walk away. If you have a problem with playing basketball and you want to focus on all of the things that your agenda pertains to, then leave the game of basketball and go focus on that. If that's really how you feel, because that's what it comes to a point where we have to pull your card. Like, we got to pull your card and say, yo, you know what? If that's how you feel, bro, leave. Just walk away and just leave the game of basketball alone. Just go do what you need to do to further the cause.
Yeah, and then nobody knew what he was doing for days.
Yeah.
Like, you got to let somebody know. Like, that's like one of us not showing up for work and nobody know where the fuck we at.
Right. It was about to be what was about to happen when you jumped off of this podcast, and we was like, yo, where the hell this nigga go?
I was like, yo, it's equivalent of walking out on the job. Tom just quit. So I was like, fuck this pod.
Yeah. I ain't making $32 million a year though.
Nah.
That's true, yo.
Not yet.
410,000 a pod.
You know what I mean?
Not yet, bro. Let's see.
Or
Not yet. But anyway, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about that guy.
Look, we all
He's not
know,
playing tonight though.
No, and we don't know when he'll be back. But it will be interesting to see, no question about it, if all three of these guys get on the court at one time. There's not enough balls to go around, but at the end of the day, somebody is going to have to take a back seat. And I think, and the way I'm hearing it reported is that everybody needs to take a back seat to KD and let KD work. And these guys need to be,
role players.
Yeah, they need to be role
players. Get their Kevin Loves on.
Yeah, they need to be role players.
Because somebody's stats is going to get hurt.
Yeah, it's going to be hard.
Somebody's stats is going to hurt right now. Either KD's points per game are going to drop, because what's he averaging, like 29?
Yeah, 29.
Yeah. So he's that 29, he ain't going to sustain that with Harden eating up fucking 30 shots.
They have to come to an understanding. They're going to have to come to an understanding for sure.
In theory, on paper, a super team like that sounds like it can work. Because you're like, oh, well, I'll just get a ball to KD. And if they double team KD, he'll just pass it to Harden. And if they get double team with Harden, then so-and-so is wide open. Like, I understand all that, but at the end of the day, it's just not always how it works, yo. When one dude is not in rhythm, all right, he's not going to be the same player he was if he was taking all the shots on like he was on his previous squad.
Correct.
So bringing Harden in on this, I think just it's too many cooks in the kitchen, yeah. Pretty much.
Well, the way the Heat did it is that they understood that LeBron was going to be the one to get them to where they needed to go, and they say
you're in the Nets, right? Say you're the coach of the Nets. Say, who takes the last shot?
KD.
Seriously?
Hell yeah, KD.
Even if it's a three, you don't want Harden taking that shot.
No.
We see
Harden's clutch record. We seen this track record with clutchness.
Yeah, that's true. What about Kyrie?
It's KD or Kyrie.
Well, Kyrie might be like, get ready. Now, you know what? I'm going to get some drink. Just walk off the court. I fucking quit. Before I take the shot, I fucking quit.
Offensively, though, they're going to be scary.
Mm-hmm. If they play together. Yeah.
Yeah. But
having Harden and Durant on the wings is just a nightmare, yo.
I think my problem with it is that they are scary, but there's still only one ball. And to answer your question about who takes the last shot, I'll be honest with you, it's whoever's open, yo. Whoever's open takes the last shot. You want the best shot.
You can't draw up a play. You don't draw up a play like that in the NBA. In the NBA, when you're drawing up a play for last shot, you're letting them know this is who's going to take the shot.
Right. At the end of the day, but no, it's drawn up to say this, you're going to take the shot because we're going to get you this shot. And they
manufacture the shot. So who would you manufacture the shot for?
All right, you manufacture the shot for KD. It's still KD. Yeah, it's KD for me. And it really depends because again, I don't want to utilize somebody's past to shape their future, but at the end of the day, Harden is not the guy that I want taking the last shot. If it's tied, if the game is tied, anybody can take the shot. But if it's to win the game,
I treat Harden like he motherfucking Paul George or some shit.
He is in certain aspects of it. He kind of is. But
he had 20 points in 4 games. It's crazy. He quit on the Rockets.
He quit on the Rockets though. That's different.
He quit on them. Yeah, that was clear.
Because he was just as fat 3 weeks ago when he dropped 44. So I don't want to hear that bullshit. Man, he quit on them, yo. He looked around after they beat them. After the Lakers beat them up, yo, they was like, man, he looked around and was like, y'all niggas suck, yo. Remember that shit that I sent y'all from that Supreme Dream dude where he was like, yo, LeBron, where you going? Back to Miami? Because y'all niggas trash.
Oh yeah. Yo, that new one, I don't know who sent that. That shit was funny as hell when he found out he got KD. Let's got Kyrie. He was spazzing, yo. That dude is hilarious.
Yo,
Drew hates them shits, yo. I know Drew hates him because he clowning his boy.
Yeah, he be clowning LeBron, yo. He be clowning him, yo.
The cool thing about it is, and I agree with this, the Lakers are still favored, though, to win the title.
Oh, yeah, of course. I said that on Facebook. I was like, after the news broke, I was like, all that shit to lose to the Lakers in the finals.
Yeah, they should be favored. They should be favored. They are the best. They are the better team. So chill, Dave. I heard that. Chill. Yo, we're moving on to our next topic, man. Heisman Busts. Where are they now, and what the? I ain't gonna say that word right now. What the fuck happened?
What the fuck happened?
What the fuck happened?
Exactly, yo.
Dave is gonna spearhead this session. So go ahead, Dave.
Yo, so a couple weeks ago, man, we invoked the name Chris Wanky, the 40-year-old freshman from Florida. So it got me thinking about all the Heisman busts, being the fact that we were talking about the Heisman voting. it got me thinking about all like the Heisman Busts. So I'm gonna go through a list. Let you guys basically break it down each Heisman guy, his career, a short order, of course,
right?
And let you know what they're doing today. You got to remember, for anybody who doesn't know, the Heisman Trophy is the trophy that's given to the top college player in the land. I have all the stats here, so you'll see why. So we'll start with Chris Weinke.
Oklahoma.
Nope. Florida State.
Right?
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Florida State.
So Chris Weinke walks on. Well, basically, Chris Weinke gets drafted out of high school by the Toronto Blue Jays to play baseball. Spent 6 years in the minor leagues. Decides he sucks. So he was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and see if Coach Bowden, who was trying to recruit me 6 years ago, still needs a quarterback. I don't know what the fuck, but Bowden still needed a quarterback. Enter Chris Weinke at the tender age of 26 years old. He was very old enough to have his fucking doctorate degree. All right, taking the field as a freshman at Florida. Anyway, the year of his Heisman, in year 2000, this is his stats. He had a 61.7 completion percentage. 4,000. Now, mind you, this is only in 12 games too. All right. So he had 61.7 completion percentage, 4,167 yards passing, 33 touchdowns, 11 picks. I forget if he won the national championship. No, they lost to Oklahoma. They lost to Oklahoma that year, I think. He was drafted 4th round, 108 overall to the Panthers. NFL record. Jay, when you're doing the post production, make sure you put a cloud in this bitch. 2-18 career record. That was what his career amounted to. 2-18. All right.
He was with the Panthers for a minute, right?
He was on the Panthers. He was on the Panthers for about 4 years. I think they gave up on him. They sent him out. They sent him packing. It says his last season was with the Niners, which his career died with a whimper. I believe it died on an interception. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. I think it died on an interception, pretty much. His career stats, NFL career stats, 54.4% completion percentage, which would be most likely bottom in the league today. 3,904 yards career. He threw for 4,000 in one season in 12 games. And then for the rest of his career, in 20 games, it took him 20 games to get to 3,900. Wow. He had 15 touchdowns, 6 rushing touchdowns, all in his rookie year. Never had a rushing touchdown after his rookie year. Threw 26 picks against those 15 scores. Had 13 fumbles. Currently, he's a quarterback coach at Tennessee, which strikes me as odd. You would think he would go back to Florida State and be a quarterback coach there.
They ain't want him.
But you ain't rep us. You ain't
yo,
rep
wait,
us
can I stop you there for a minute, yo? Because I gotta throw this little fun factor in there, yo. So you said his career died in San Francisco, right? So they bought him in only after injuries to Alex Smith, Trent Dilfer, and Sean Hill. He started the final game of the 2007 season in a 20-7 loss to the Cleveland Browns.
that was what you call die with a whimper.
Yeah. I'm sorry. That's terrible. Yeah. Clown rule continues. You gotta think at one time though, he was the best player in the land. Yes.
How fast can you fall, yo?
Next,
we will find out.
Do you have who the finalists were with him? Do you have that or no?
No. I didn't have that, but that's easy. That's very easy to look up, yo.
Next.
Hold on 1 second. I have it right here.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
He probably beat out studs. Oh yeah, there's a few that I mentioned here. Hold on. Oh, by the way, there's one little caveat on this list. I haven't done anybody that's still playing. If they still have a career in the NFL and they're still playing, I left them alone because we don't know how their career turned out yet.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Chris Weinke won over Drew Brees, LaDainian Tomlinson, Josh Heupel, and Damian
Heupel. Yeah, I remember him. Yeah,
Damian Anderson, and so Drew Brees and LaDainian Tomlinson were on that list.
Oh, 2 Hall of Famers, right?
Brees from Purdue.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 Hall of Famers, and Chris Weinke beat them out for the thing. Don't worry. we're gonna have some fun with these as we move forward, yo.
Yo.
So that concludes the story of Chris Mikey. We move on to the next season.
Goodness gracious.
Eric Crouch, Nebraska.
Nebraska, yeah.
Yep. Heisman season stats. All right.
He was a beast,
55.6% completion percentage, which is kind of shitty if you think about it. 55% wouldn't cut it as a starter in their league today. 1,510 yards passing in 12 games, which is like a little over 100 yards a game. Yeah. 7 touchdowns and 10 picks. All right.
Wait, what?
He was 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. But that wasn't his bread and butter. If you remember Eric Crouch and Nebraska Cornhuskers, all they did was run.
They ran the ball.
Right?
Yeah.
So his rushing numbers, 203 carries for 1,115 yards, 18 touchdowns, 3 fumbles.
Mm-hmm.
He was drafted by the Rams, 3rd overall. Drafted by the Rams, 3rd round, 95th overall. Never played in an actual NFL game.
Nope.
Not due to injury. Well, somewhat due to injury. When he was in training camp for the Rams, they drafted him as a wide receiver. They didn't want him as a quarterback. So after a hard hit by a defender, he had over 150 cc's of blood drained from his leg. This apparently scared the shit out of him, or he was injured that bad where he left football for a few years before deciding to come back as a safety in 2005, but never got called up to a major team. He dabbled around in NFL Europe, the CFL, AAFL, and the UFL before the UFL shut down in 2012. He has no NFL career stats because obviously he never played a game. Currently, he's a running backs and special teams coach at Midland University. He also owns his own playground and recreation equipment company called Crouch Recreation. So he actually turned out okay. Turned out decent life for a guy who was the best football player and no team could find a use for him. They get stranger as we go on, yo. By the way, Jay, if you have it up there, who was in the running? Who did he beat him? Who did he beat out here?
That one it doesn't have actually. It doesn't have who he was up against in that one for some reason.
Hold up, I got it right here, yo.
They won a title that year though, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, Eric Crouch was a beast, yo.
He was.
All right, here we go. 2001.
Yeah, for some reason it won't give me who he was up against. I don't know why.
Here we go. Finalists were. Sorry, hold on 1 second. Well, regardless of who he was up against, he won that year.
Go ahead. You move on. You move on. I'll get it.
All right. Thank you. Moving on. 2002 year. Carson Palmer, USC. Now, this one might be probably the best out of this bunch so far. Obviously, no quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, Joe Burrow. Those guys have yet to make their mark. But in terms of like overall impact on the game, I think Carson Palmer probably had the biggest thing on this. And his Heisman season stats are as follows. 63.2% completion percentage.
Not bad.
3,942 yards, 33 scores, 10 interceptions, and 4 rushing touchdowns. Pretty good year for a college quarterback. It wasn't the best year I've ever seen. He was drafted number 1 overall by Cincinnati, as we all remember. Had the Bengals on the cusp. I think we was at Maritas, Tom, if you remember. We was at Maritas, that playoff game where he got hit.
We got hurt
against the Steelers. Yeah. And we were there at the bar when his whole career trajectory changed forever.
The whole
Carson Palmer had them rocking, and that year he was on fire going into the playoff show. Anyway, he might be the best of this year. I mean, he got 15 years out of those knees. Don't ask me how. I don't know. Straight class act. His NFL career stats. He's 46,247 yards, 294 touchdowns, 8 rushing scores, 187 picks, 82 fumbles. Retired in 2017 with the Cardinals. At the time he retired, also he was 12th all time.
Nice.
Yeah, he was 12th all time in yards and
real quick,
touchdowns.
real quick. You got along with Eric Crouch, you got Rex Grossman, Ken Dorsey, and Joey Harrington.
Yeah, a lot of people thought Dorsey should have won it that year. Remember?
Yeah,
Miami. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Right, yo. And then what about Palmer? Who was Palmer going up against?
Hold up. That would have been
I remember they were pretty. From what I remember, that Heisman finals class was pretty good because I was like, damn, Carson Palmer won it.
Well, yeah, they had Grossman in there too.
Brad Banks.
Grossman was rocking that year. I thought.
Brad Banks from Iowa, Larry Johnson from Penn State, Willis McGahee, Miami.
Yeah. McGahee, yeah.
He beat out McGahee. I was pissed.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so moving on. 2003, Jason White.
There we go. Oklahoma. There we go.
Yep. All right. So his Heisman season. Now, mind you, hold on a second. Yeah, mind you, this guy won the Heisman and stayed in school the following year.
I remember
that.
I'm
gonna give you both season stats.
I remember that.
All right. So yeah, so he had 61.6 completion percentage, 3,846 yards, 40 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, 10 picks. His following season, now that was the year that he won the Heisman, mind you. His following season, 65.4% completion percentage, 3,205 yards, 35 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. That year, he had Adrian Peterson on the team, I believe. The first year, he didn't. So you can see the number fall off. Right? He went undrafted, if you could believe that.
Yeah, no, I remember that. I remember he wasn't drafted.
Absolutely undrafted. This shocked me that year, yo.
It wasn't a shocker to NFL teams because they said he was a system quarterback. Like the system that they played is what made him good. He wasn't a good quarterback. They were saying, like, prospect wise. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean,
Stan might have hurt him.
Huh?
Staying a year might have hurt him.
Yeah, because AP outshined him that following year.
Yeah, that might have hurt him.
So anyway, he went for weeks without even so much as a fucking phone call from a team. Finally got a tryout for the Chiefs, but they turned down the offer to sign him. He ended up signing with the Titans for 2 years, but just decided not to play. He has no NFL career stats. Obviously, another one on this list who has never played an NFL game. Currently, he's the owner and operator of Jason White Companies, which owns a OSU memorabilia store and a athlete's foot shoe store. So props to Jason White for taking a Heisman campaign to turn it into nothing.
I thought athletes would have been out of business though.
Yeah, I guess not down there.
Oh, okay.
Shit. I ain't seen that. He was on that in the last Blockbuster.
Fun factor: Jason White, born June 19th, 1980. He's 2 days younger than I am. Alongside,
I used to get pissed off, when I was like 1920, seeing cats get drafted, and I'd be like,
"Damn, I'm the same." Yeah,
I'll fuck him up.
Yo,
he can't beat my ass.
Along with Jason White, you had Larry Fitzgerald from Pitt, Eli Manning from Ole Miss, and Chris Perry from Michigan.
Good at Eli when that shit. All right. So moving on, 2004, Matt Leinart, USC. Heisman season stats: 65.3% completion, 3,322 yards passing, 33 scores, 3 rushing touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Again, he was another one who won it as an underclassman. So his following season, 65.7% completion percentage, 3,815 yards, 28 scores, 6 rushing touchdowns, 8 picks. Drafted number 10 overall by Arizona as supposedly their savior.
Oh, God. What were they wrong?
I remember when people were all like, oh, shit, now the Cardinals going to rock.
Damn.
Sorry. Sorry, USC quarterbacks.
Damn, yo.
Anyway, so after 4 years in the desert, he joined Houston. He actually has this small claim to fame that he goes down in NFL history as the only undefeated quarterback for the Houston Texans. He's never lost a game for the Houston Texans, ever.
Oh, shit.
He's 1-0.
Wow. That's a good trivia question right there.
Want to know?
So
yeah, he became the answer to a trivia question, a hard one at that.
That's an excellent one.
And then his career finally fizzled out in Buffalo in 2013, starting an alarming trend of USC players whose career fizzles out in Buffalo.
I did not know he was in Buffalo.
Another pod.
I did not know that, yo. Wow.
Yo, we'll get to that. Yeah, we'll get to that a little bit another pod maybe. Anyway, so currently right now he's a sometime analyst on the Fox Sports College show, and he's married to mentalist actress Josie Lauren. So yeah, shout out to Matt Leinart for marrying a rich chick.
Never heard of her.
I never heard of her either, but apparently she's pretty good. So
you're in that Christian Ponder pocket right now, just married to a person more famous than you and shit.
Wasn't that Jay Cutler too when he married Chrissy Camberry?
Yeah. Yep.
Yo, who was running with him? Yo, who'd he beat out?
No, the first year was Reggie Bush. I'm assuming one of the finalists is Reggie Bush. Maybe both years.
No, sir. Adrian Peterson, Jason White again, and Alex Smith.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So yeah, and Alex Smith, by the way, that year,
undefeated.
40 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Wow, that's crazy. but you know USC, man. USC during that time, man.
Well, that was the year. That was the year of the Dwayne Jarrett game. That was the year they beat Notre Dame. Tommy will remember. Tommy, you guys remember when Notre Dame when he had the 4th and 9 and he threw it up to Jarrett down the sideline?
Yeah. We was Amaretas for that. I remember.
Yeah. You actually heard Tommy's heart shatter. Like
Tommy was pissed.
Yo, I didn't even want to ask him for another beer. He was so pissed. I didn't want to ask him for another beer that night. I was like, y'all, I'm kind of thirsty, but I'm just gonna sit here. So yeah, because Tommy throw the beer at me and shit.
Damn.
Here's a fucking beer. Nah, Tommy Guns. Shout out to Tommy Guns, man. Nice
not to get off track though. That's one of the best college football games I ever seen in my life.
Me too, yo.
Yeah,
the hairs were standing up, bro. That shit was. So I hate USC too. I hate USC.
I hate Notre Dame too, but for Tommy, I like him. Feel me?
Yeah. Well, see, all that years I spent as a Penn State fan got me to hate Notre Dame, but now I don't give a shit about Notre Dame. I'm over in Pac-10. So, anyway, moving on to the next 05 next Heisman guy. Reggie Bush.
Vacated.
His award was vacated. But you know what? He still won it then. So. You vacate the award the same way you take back a burger that someone ate.
Yeah, it's the stupidest thing ever.
All right. He's no longer the Heisman. Anyway, during his no longer Heisman season, this was his numbers.
Unstoppable.
This one, you should play some dramatic, earth-shattering music here.
You got
200 carries.
Yeah.
He's
200 carries. 1,740 yards. 200 totes. All right. For those at home with the calculator, all right, that's 8.7 yards a carry. Yeah. All right, 16 touchdowns, rushing touchdowns, 30 to go along with 37 catches for 237 yards, 2 more receiving touchdowns, to go along with 493 kick return yards, and 179 punt return yards. And he also took a punt to the house.
2,541 total yards.
No, wrong. That's 2,890 total yards of offense and 19 touchdowns from one man.
Oh, shit.
He was unstoppable that season, dog.
That season, every week on SportsCenter, USC highlights led SportsCenter with Reggie Bush either spinning somebody out their cleats or jumping completely the fuck over them or juking somebody into the old sideline. Yo, Reggie Bush was unstoppable that year, yo. Tell me no one thought that 20 years from now, we're going to be like, yo, Reggie Bush is the all-time leading rusher with 30,000 yards. Wow. That's how it felt. Every carry he touched was first down. Yeah.
He had one of the most unbelievable college seasons I've ever seen.
Yo, how he didn't go number 1 shocks me.
How
he did not? How
Mario
he didn't go
Williams went first, right?
Yeah, Mario. I think it depends on need though. If they didn't need a running back because they had Arian Foster.
Wait, who went first?
Mario Williams went first.
Mario Williams. Yeah.
Bush went second though.
Yeah, they didn't need a running back. They had Arian Foster at the time frame. So,
well, regardless, he was drafted by the Saints, 2nd overall. His NFL rookie season, he was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I'm about
he
to
had
say.
565 yards rushing. He had 88 catches as a rookie, 742 yards and 8 scores. Then he started dating Kim K. So at this moment, you should play a toilet flush.
Yeah.
Like a
I was hoping you were going to say that. I was hoping you were going to say that.
Or he never rushed for 1,000 yards in New Orleans. He never again broke 1,000 total yards until he got to Miami.
I'm about to say he was in Miami at one point.
Yeah. He became nothing more after that Kim K as just a middle of the road player. Is it me or is she like a succubus, yo? Does she find sports stars who are good and just suck their talent out of them? And then just leaves them an half empty shell.
And like, I feel bad for Chris Humphries because he wasn't shit to begin with. And like when she got her hands on him, man, where he at?
Like even Kanye was dope before fucking he got with Kim K.
Yeah.
Now he whack.
Yeah.
Like yo, Anyway, Kim K, there's something wrong with your succubus ass bitch. Anyway.
And they getting divorced too. They getting divorced, yeah.
Smartest thing Kanye's done in 4 years.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, he got to do something to make up for that fucking bag of hat. Anyway, so he finally hit $1,000 in Miami. He also rushed for $1,000 in Detroit also. Again, USC player whose career dies in Buffalo. Again, this is an alarming trend during the first course, I guess, of you with the USC trash bin, I guess. I don't know. We'll save that for another pod. Anyway, he officially retired in 2017, but now he actually turned out to be a pretty good analyst, yo.
Yeah,
he's co-host of Fox College Football. So yeah, he's actually pretty good.
Not bad at all.
Moving on. Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry. Who thought they were going to win the Heisman that year, Jay?
Vince Young, Matt Leinart, Brady Quinn.
Brady Quinn,
Notre Dame.
Yeah. What another bust. Oh, fuck. We got to do a bust episode one day. Just pure NFL
busts. Man, let me tell you.
All right. Moving on. 2006, sorry. Yeah. Troy Smith, Ohio State.
Troy Smith.
Wow. Heisman season stats.
Wow.
Yeah. 65.3% completion percentage, 25-42 on yardage, 30 touchdowns, 6 scores. Also had 72 carries for 204 yards and a score. Honestly, those aren't blow my doors off stats. I don't know. Maybe college football just had a down year that year.
Right.
For him to win that shit. At any rate, he was drafted fifth round, 174th overall to the Ravens, if y'all remember.
Yeah, I remember.
Interesting story. He blames tonsillitis as the reason that he didn't get the starting job. Here's why. They were going to start him in Baltimore, and he said he got tonsillitis for a couple of weeks. So they decided to let some other rookie they drafted, some dude by the name of fucking Joe Flacco. He started to play, and he was actually doing okay. So the Ravens were like, "Hey, you know what? Let's ride this Flacco thing out, see where it takes."
All the way to a Super Bowl in 2000.
All the way to a fucking Super Bowl 4 years later.
Jersey in the house.
Anyway, so he never appeared in more than 6 games a season. His NFL career stats are as follows: 51.7 completion percentage, 51.7%. Sadly, that's not the worst you're going to hear today, but that's down there. All right, 51.7% completion percentage, 1,734 yards passing. So Drew Brees, by week 8, had amassed Troy Smith's entire career yardage by week 8 just this year. All right, but moving on. Anyway, he had 8 touchdowns career, 5 interceptions, 52 carries for 230 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Also 9 fumbles. He never appeared in more than 6 games a season. His career petered out in San Francisco. It's always, like I said, Buffalo and San Francisco, usually where people go to die. Petered out in San Francisco after 3 years in Baltimore. He played some UFL ball with Omaha Nighthawks, and actually supplanted a former Heisman Trophy winner, Eric Crouch, on his team for the starting gig. So he got to beat out Eric Crouch for a starting gig on a team that doesn't even exist anymore. Congratulations. Steelers showed interest in 2012 before they cut him in the preseason. Then he went for a cup of coffee in the CFL before finally hanging it up in 2014. Currently, last heard of in Columbus, Ohio, getting arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia and driving while high. Damn. They don't even call it DWI; they call it an OVI, operating vehicle while intoxicated. Okay. That's the last anyone's heard of him. Troy Smith. Seriously, I looked everywhere for like what could he be doing now. Literally, that's the last.
He ain't on Instagram.
If he was, he'd probably be lying. Everybody lying on Instagram, so he'd probably be lying. Anyway, run down the names he beat out, yo.
I'm gonna run down a longer list for you on this one because there's some names on this one. Seriously, with some serious stats. Darren McFadden, Brady Quinn again, Steve Slayton, Michael Hart, Colt Brennan. Remember Colt Brennan, from Hawaii,
Hawaii,
yeah. Colt Brennan, yeah.
He had like 58 touchdowns. I know Hawaii throws the ball.
Yeah, like 5,000 yards passing.
Yeah, he had like 5,500 yards and 58 touchdowns.
That's because if you go to that team, it'd be like, hey, yo, you should run it up the middle. The coach looks at you and is like,
yo, you get cut.
What's a run?
Yo, okay. Ray Rice from Rutgers, Dwayne Jarrett, USC, Calvin Johnson, Georgia Tech. And the one I didn't mention, this kid named Ian Johnson. Yo, Ian Johnson from Boise State. Look at the stat line here. 277 carries for 1,713 yards and 25 rushing touchdowns.
Yep. The year Boise State, Oklahoma is probably the greatest college football game I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Ever. It was better than that USC Notre Dame game. That shit was thrilling, yo.
That's a story for another pod. 5 best college football games you've ever seen.
Yeah.
That's one
it's what you said before. Right. It's what you said earlier that just made me say that now. You were like, yo, that was like one of the greatest games. So was this.
Yeah. It was. That's they did the trick play at the end, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Statue of Liberty play. And the coach was girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was him, Ian Johnson. That was him. That was the running back. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
2007.
All right. So we're gonna move on. 2007.
You know what we're gonna do? Yo, we're gonna stop at 2010. We're gonna put 2010 and 2020 on next week's podcast.
All right,
because this will run long.
Actually, I only have one after 2010. That's it.
Oh, you didn't do the whole list. Oh, okay.
I'm not doing guys who are still playing.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Yeah, we can finish this.
Yeah, so we're almost done. We're actually almost done.
All right.
Right. So, where are we at? 2007. Tim Tebow. Heisman stats, 66.9. These numbers are ungodly too. 66.9% completion percentage, 3,286 yards passing, 30 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, to go along with 210 carries for 895 yards and 23 touchdowns.
Crazy, that's crazy.
All right. So yeah.
He was the fucking man, dog.
Yo, he was another unstoppable fucker, yo. Like, yo, yeah, he was a man. Anyway, he went first. He went in the first round, 25th overall to the Broncos. Remember, NFL career stats.
Wait, before you go to the NFL, can we all take notice the fact that he did this shit as a sophomore? Yeah. He was a sophomore in college when he did this shit to y'all.
Yep.
Right,
throwing to a killer.
Yeah.
A blood. Throw to a blood.
All right.
Go ahead.
Going to a gangbanger, bro. That's crazy.
Tackle, you shoot him.
Wow. Yo, there's a nice there's a nice trivia question in this one too. This is one of the only Heisman situation or Heisman finalist that did not include a wide receiver. Go.
All right. Wow. NFL career stats. 47.9 completion percentage. That's all right. 2,422 yards, 17 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, to go along with 197 carries for 989 yards and 12 scores. A fluky 4-game stretch, one memorable pass to Demaryius Thomas.
I remember that.
And a silent salute that started the trend of fucking Tebowing. Made this dude a household name, yo. A bum with bum numbers was in the mouths of fucking housewives and motherfuckers didn't even know about football.
Did you see Tim Tebow? He was Tebowing.
Yo, he had high expectations, obviously. But I don't know why he fell in the draft. Why? Yeah, duh. I guess I know why. There were 24 smart fucking general managers who saw this coming. So that's why he fell this far in the draft. He sucked. He had that 4-game stretch in year 1, right? And then year 2, they made him the starter, and he sucked ass so bad that as a practical joke, they traded him to the Jets. They didn't think the Jets were going to accept him, but they did.
A practical joke.
They didn't accept it, but they did. So after being told by the Jets after that season, listen, yo, you suck as a QB, but you probably be an awesome tight end or excellent fucking running back, he decided, nah, I want to play quarterback. Because he felt like he was a good quarterback. So he refused to play another position, which effectively ended his career after the 2012 season. In 2013, the world became afraid because then he had fallen into the hands of Bill Belichick. But yeah, not even he could make him a good quarterback.
Damn.
All right. So he was cut with the 53-man trim. He went on to be a college football analyst. Very good one, too. I liked him.
Very
good. Yes, he is.
I loved him, yo. So he became a very good college football analyst until the Eagles plucked him off the trash heap and dusted him off for another run. They too found out he was straight ass and cut him before the 53-man cuts. Little known fact, he has a rule named after him in college football. The Tebow rule, where you have the eye paint, right? You can't put any kind of messages on your eye paint.
Oh,
he used to put
Bible
references under his thing. And it was crazy because he said that that people were Googling the Bible references. Like it would be like the most Googled search after a game if they see what he was wearing on his face.
Right.
They would go and Google that particular Bible verse. That showed like the power that a student athlete had. And I think that's why the NCAA outlawed it, because they're like, oh no, students having power. Oh no.
That's exactly why. That's exactly why. That's a good point.
Yeah, they just stop that shit real quick.
They didn't want niggas reading the Bible. That's all.
Yeah. They were like, oh my God, no. Wait. Or listen to them.
Or they was like, oh wow, we can't make money off that. You can't do it.
Yeah, this is true as well.
There's one of those reasons though. That's all said though too.
Right.
Or it could be all three of them.
I mean, that's a hell of I gotta admit though, he had a hell of an impact for such an unremarkable career, yo.
Yo, he was hot for like a month and a half, dog. Like that's all anybody talked about.
In America, he was on TV shows for sucking. Mind you, these are all fourth quarter comebacks. You weren't good enough to make your team win in the first 3 quarters. So you got to scramble and hope you get a victory. We're applauding you for that shit. Good job doing your job correctly.
You know what's crazy? Speaking of Kim Kardashian, I don't know if y'all remember this. She tried to get at him.
Yeah.
She he was like, nah. He was like, nah, I'm good.
No, I don't date whores.
Yeah. Nah, yo,
he's like, God,
that nigga, I kid you not, that nigga is dumb ass serious about his religion. He don't play with the guy, yo. He don't play.
He's undergone a lot of scrutiny and controversy and shit for it.
Yeah.
But, he don't give a fuck. He's unapologetic.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He doesn't care about none of that shit.
Yeah.
Like he was going on like what do you call it when you go to another country? Like
sabbatical.
Sabbatical, yeah.
Yo, he played for Philippines national baseball team. You know, he's a Philippine, like, because he was born there. So yeah. Small little fact. Anyway, currently he's actually in the Mets farm system. I don't know if you guys have been following him.
I knew that.
But he's actually coming up through the ranks. He's about to get called up, yo. Like they're saying sometime this year he might be called up to active roster, yo.
Good for him. I'm rooting for him.
Good for him.
I like Tebow.
I like Tebow. He's a good dude.
He went through a lot of shit. Like people, you understand, for that 1 month and that 6-week span, he was like hot. Yeah. You remember he got the playoff win with the pass to Demaryius Thomas. So Yo, he was hot, but after that, people just dumped on him, bro, for like 3 years. They just shit on him. Like, he was synonymous with bad quarterbacks.
Yes.
And bad quarterback play.
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah. Props to Tebow for turning it around, man. You know, staying true to himself.
My man, Tim.
I like
moving
Tim.
on. We're coming
Tim.
actually to the last 2 entries on our list here.
Yep.
One, Sam Bradford, Oklahoma. 2008, by the way. So Sam Bradford, Oklahoma. Heisman stats.
But before you move on, yo, just remember, Tim Tebow was up against Darren McFadden again, Colt Brennan, Chase Daniel, Dennis Dixon, Pat White, Matt Ryan, Kevin Smith, Glenn Dorsey, and Chris Long.
Damn.
They had no shot. They had no shot.
Yeah, they had no shot.
No.
Here we go here. This season's going to blow your doors off, too. 67.9% completion percentage, 3,121 yards, 50 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He also had 42 carries for 47 yards and 5 scores. These are punch-ins, 1-yard punch-ins. Absurd, 50 scores in 12 games, yo. He had 88 touchdowns total in 3 years at Oklahoma. Let that shit sink in, yo. 12 games a season, yo. Anyway. He was number 1 overall at St. Louis. Of course, went to the Rams, number 1 overall. Career stats were actually not bad, yo. 62.5% completion percentage, 19,449 yards, 103 touchdowns, 61 picks, and then 146 carries for 340 yards and 2 scores. Dude, straight Oklahoma legend, bro. He's got a day named after him in Oklahoma City. Sam Bradford Day.
He should.
Yeah. All right. Again, this is another guy whose career was injury riddled. You know, another what could have been kind of guy. He spent 4 years in St. Louis. Was traded to the Eagles, where he posted his best year, which was crazy. I remember this happened. Where he had that one great year where he posted all his career best, and then before the first game, the week before the first game, they traded him to the Vikings. He was actually part of that fucking Fox Photoshop hack job where they put his head on Bridgewater's body. Remember that shit?
I don't remember that. I don't remember that.
Hold up, yo.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I guess to fill it in because Bridgewater had gotten hurt. This is when Bridgewater took that knee injury. So he went down. So the Vikings, I guess, contacted the Eagles. It was like, yo, sell us a starter. And they were like, okay. So Fox, instead of, just using another player for their advertisement.
Right. They put Sam Bradford's head.
They put his head. Here it is right here. Maybe the camera could see that. They put his head on Bridgewater's
Wait a minute.
body.
Wait. Put a little closer. Oh shit! No fucking way, yo.
They put his head on Bridgewater's body.
I gotta pull that up.
It just looked odd. It looked like a fucking bobble.
That's definitely Bridgewater's.
Like it looks worse if you see it in real.
That's his throwing form. That's his
screenshot it and send it to the chat. Yeah, you
got you. Yo, hold on.
Screenshot that and send it to the chat.
This, yeah, that's definitely Bridgewater's throwing form. You can tell.
Yeah.
All right, here we are. Hold on.
Yeah, that's something niggas would do in our chat, like put somebody's head on somebody else's body.
Yo, this is some fun. And it's bad. It's something that I would do because I'm shitty at Photoshop, but I'm intentionally shitty at Photoshop. So, it's something that I would make, yo. Just like something a fucking 8-year-old would do to a doll.
I love Fox Sports. You gotta love Fox Sports.
All right, here we go, yo.
Yeah. Oh my God! Yes, it's Teddy Bridgewater's form, yo.
Yeah, it is.
100%.
It is. Yeah, that's Teddy Bridgewater's number.
Oh shit!
His jersey number. Like they got rid of Bridgewater, he got injured and lost his number.
Then Bradford wore number 8 too, though. I thought. Yeah, Bradford wore number 8.
But that's the thing. He wasn't getting number 8 from fucking Bridgewater. He was already number 8. So they knocked the number off Bridgewater. I'm like, damn, they knocked the number off his ass. He got up with no numbers on his jersey.
Yo, man, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Yo, you gonna post it, Jay? You gonna put it in the room?
No, I didn't put it in. I didn't. Yeah, I'll get it on there.
Well, y'all see it though. Y'all see it. Y'all see it, right?
Yeah, I seen it pop up.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So he was part of that shit. What a way to start your career in fucking Minnesota. he kind of dabbled. It was okay there. He was like, somewhat there. But then he ended up signing a 2-year deal with Arizona. Sorry, I'm going to correct this. He ended up stealing $15 million from Arizona. I mean, okay, so essentially what happened was he signed a 2-year, $20 million contract with Arizona in March. This was in, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, he signed it in March.
Isn't it crazy that he signed a 2-year, $20 million deal and Patrick Mahomes doesn't even have to play 7 games to get that?
Yep, he had $15 million guaranteed. It was $15 million guaranteed. Bradford came in, obviously was mega ineffective. Did his best James Harden impression. Until they had to start Josh Rosen over him. So
wow,
for the people in the world that don't know, Josh Rosen
ruined Josh Rosen. Then
Josh Rosen
is Rosen even still in the league?
Even if he didn't win a Heisman, because his career has been laughable. All right. So anyway, Bradford ended up retiring. For what he's doing now, not a damn thing. He's just enjoying that stolen $15 million. Bitch.
Wait, what did the Rams give him guaranteed? It was a crazy number.
Well, yeah, he was 100. It was over 100 some odd million, wasn't it? It was like 108.
His rookie deal. It was like 60 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
But back then, that was a big number for a rookie. But look at that season he had, yo.
Yeah.
Like he commanded that shit coming out.
Remember that what was it? Maybe 3 years later, Cam Newton was the one that didn't benefit from being the number one over.
Yeah, because they redid the bargaining agreement. Yeah.
You want to know what's crazy, guys? Is that Jason White was looked at as a system quarterback, and he couldn't play, and he was at the same school with the same coach, running the same offense as Sam Bradford, and Bradford was the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah,
makes you think, right? Makes you think, right? About that whole, he's a system quarterback kind of shit. Because they all both played in the same system. Anyway, moving on. In those years between that, we had Mark Ingram, Cam Newton, and Robert Griffin, who won the Heisman. They're all, believe it or not, still in the league. Robert Griffin, I thought was going to make this list, but apparently the Ravens still employ him for something. I don't know.
Yeah. Getting injured every time he tried to run the ball.
He keeps the trainer in business. He keeps the trainer busy. He's like, trainer got nothing to do. Go work RG3.
Fucking Republican.
Sam Bradford, by the way, was up against Colt McCoy, who should have probably won. No, he shouldn't have. But Colt McCoy, Tim Tebow.
Still in the league.
Tim Tebow again, Graham Harrell, Michael Crabtree, Sean Green, Pat White, Nate Davis, Ray Malaluga, and Javon Ringer.
All right. So we have one more. We have the star of the show now because the ones after this guy from 2013 it's Jameis Winston, Mariota, Derrick Henry. We all know how that turned out. Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Joe Burrow, and then newly crowned Devonta Smith. So because none of their careers are wrapped up yet, we're going to finish up with this last guy whose career is fucking donezo. Mr. Johnny fucking Manziel.
Damn.
Where do we fucking start? First, let's just go to his Heisman stats. 68% completion percentage. The highest of all these people.
Call them the star of the show.
Right? That's the highest. 3,706 yards passing. 26 touchdown passes. 200 to go along with 201 carries for 1,410 yards and 21 touchdowns. So the dude threw, just to make sure I get you guys right, he threw for 3,706 yards and ran for 1,400. Beast was not the word that you would use for this dude.
Wait, hold on.
Another dude.
Wait, before you start this off, can we just acknowledge the fact that Tom looked like a nigga standing on the corner talking about, hey, baby, what's going on, man? What y'all doing? Hey, man, what's going on? What's going on? Hey, man. Yo, for real. Hey, man, y'all holler at me, man. Yo, I'll be here. I'll be right here. All right,
he might be a fucking Sam Allen juice, yo. How you hear that one?
Yeah.
But anyway,
all right, go ahead.
Oh, Johnny. So drafted by the Brownies, which already started his fucking career shitty. Drafted by the Brownies, obviously doomed to fail. Where do you start with this guy? The drinking,
everything,
the middle finger to the crowd.
Let's start with the fact that on draft night, had the Dallas Cowboys taken this man, I would not be a Dallas Cowboy fan. I would not. I would have renounced them. I thought they were going to do it. And I remember that night, draft night, my wife, who is upstairs right now, I would not leave the TV screen. We were in Atlantic City during the draft. The draft was going on. We were in Atlantic City having a little out and about, back in the day, before we got together, before we got, we was out there sitting. but we was having ourselves a nice little rendezvous out in Atlantic City that day or that week, because I think the draft was on Thursday. But we was out there for the weekend or whatever, right? And she was like, "Let's go to such and such." I was like, "I ain't going nowhere until this pick." I think we had like the 22nd pick or something. I forgot where we was at. But either way, I was like, "Yo, they take Johnny Manziel, I'm gonna be hot." Go.
So I think the number one, I think where the clown train stopped was when he dressed up to go to Vegas in a disguise after the concussion, and he said he couldn't play. Then he found him in Vegas wearing nose glasses at a fucking
I remember, and he put a picture on Instagram, but it was an old picture, like he was still in Cleveland, but he was really in Vegas. I was like, wow.
So anyway, since then the Browns rightfully was like, oh shit, we fucked up, and they decided to cut him loose. He's been bouncing around the CFL for a few years in hopes of coming back, but that shit ain't happening. Mm-hmm. Currently, he's signed to the FCF Zappers.
Yeah.
A team in a fan-controlled league, whatever the fuck that means.
Fan control.
So that means I'm his boss.
I read about that.
I'm Manziel's boss now. I'm fan control. I'm a fan. Do I control this shit?
I mean, that's fine. Look,
yo, I ain't gonna lie. I tried to look up like the city where this team is located. I can't find it. I think it's fake. I think he edited his own Wikipedia entry to say that he's playing for the Zappers.
Piscataway, New Jersey.
Bonders Liquors. Bonders parking lot. He'll be catching passes going long.
Yeah.
Go along with Johnny at Bonders. Shout out to Bonders Liquors, by the way. Best place to get a motherfucking cold 40 on a hot day. Or warm 40 on a cold day.
Good old Bonders.
Word up.
Yeah, shout out Bonders, yo. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the list. This list should serve as a cautionary tale that greatness isn't guaranteed. You could be top of the heap one day and bottom of the scrap heap the next. I mean, it's really just that simple. And I mean, and we could do a reverse list one day somewhere in the future of 6th and 7th round picks that are probably gracing the Hall of Fame. But the whole point of this is success ain't guaranteed. And yeah,
it is not.
It is not, yeah. It is not. So
so moving on to our last section, obviously, is movie picks and things that we've been maybe seeing that we might interest you viewers out there or whatever. You guys got anything that's hot off the presses as of right now, whatever?
I know what Dave's gonna say.
You already know what I'm gonna say. So
I said the same thing. WandaVision. WandaVision have released their first 2 episodes on Disney Plus.
Seen it yet?
And I saw episode 1.
I saw episode 1. I'm gonna watch the next one before you get here.
All right, word. Yeah, do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
Good. It's really good.
I'm gonna watch it in a minute.
All I'm gonna say is, guys, pay attention to the commercials, guys.
Oh, of course. So doing stuff like that, you got to pay attention to all the stuff that's supposed to be stuff you ain't paying attention to. But so you got to pay attention to everything. But
so I mean, that's like the only show on my plate right now. I'm finishing up another show on HBO. It's an old show with Bill Paxton called Big Love. Yo, here's the thing I didn't notice either, Tom. Yo, True Lies. Remember True Lies. Remember the salesman? That was
just to make you beg for buttermilk.
That was Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
When a spy pissed himself. He said, "Oh shit, I pissed myself."
He's a man. He's in Alien. He's in Aliens. He's in
yeah, that's what I know from Aliens. Yeah.
From Aliens. Yeah,
he's such a great actor. I'm sorry, he was.
Rest in peace.
Actor,
rest in peace. Yeah.
Yeah. He was such a great actor, yo. But I didn't realize that was him, yo. In True Lies, yo.
That'll make you beg for buttermilk.
Beg for buttermilk.
Yeah, I cannot.
So, but yeah, that show is actually pretty good. Big love. We're finishing the last season as soon as Manny gets back. Other than WandaVision, Lee put me on to this other show called Last Kingdom. I'm gonna be checking that out next. Let y'all know how that is. But Lee said it's all right. So, one thing I do want to bring up though, since we're talking about shows in general, I know y'all probably don't watch Netflix. Jay, you probably watch your own service and shit. But you notice how on Netflix now a lot of the shows are voiced over.
I haven't watched a lot of new shows on Netflix though,
because they're making shows overseas and they're just putting American voices to them.
Cheaping it out.
It's true. I didn't notice it. Amanda was watching this show called The Rain, and I noticed that I was like watching a fucking 1970s kung fu flick.
Oh shit!
And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, this is Netflix quality. This shit's whack because that shit happened with your service like once, twice, where the dubbing didn't match the what was going on in the scene. So I'm like, maybe it's that. But then I seen somebody else posted it on Facebook and made me look into it and found out that most of the shit's being made overseas now.
Damn.
So they're using foreign actors who don't speak English. That's nuts. I'm like,
there's a lot of foreign stuff on Netflix now. Actually, now that I think about it, it is.
We're watching foreign films, bro. Foreign series and foreign films now. We ran out of shit in America to watch.
There's a lot of that. I started watching a show that's through Showtime. It's called Your Honor.
That shit is good as fuck.
Yo, Bryan Cranston. Yo, so that's the one I definitely recommend. I only finished the first episode, but it's
really good.
How many seasons it got?
Just one.
It's a limited series, so it'll only be one season.
Yeah.
It's only one season.
Yeah.
In that case, what you guys need to check out, yo? I don't know if y'all ever seen it. 1963.
No, I don't think so.
With John Franco.
Okay.
Put
it on the list. Yeah. No question.
What is it about, JFK or something?
Yes, he goes back. He walks through some strange portal, puts him back in time. We had the chance to stop the assassination. It's nuts, yo. How it goes down, yo. It's nuts. That shit is crazy. It's only 8 episodes.
What's that on?
I believe it's on what I saw on it was on Hulu.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
Okay. What did I have another one? Honest Thief with Liam Neeson.
I saw that the other day. That shit good, dog.
That shit is dope, man. It's a dope.
That's the movie
I'm a little leery about. I don't know. I'm a little leery about Liam Neeson movies now.
Nah, man. Liam Neeson is that dude,
I saw the Gray. What is it called? The Gray
with the wolves.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I use that shit to go to sleep.
Yeah, that drags.
Yeah, that one drags. Honest Thief is a pretty dope movie, yo. It's dope.
Yeah,
it's dope.
That was the movie I was gonna recommend too. Honest Thief.
Honest Thief, yo. That's a good ass movie, yo. For real. And I think other than that, what was the? Yeah, I think that was my two that I had. The only thing I will say, it's funny because I do want to make this a segment too. A movie to go back in time and rewatch again, yo. Yo, for me. It's Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
I never saw that.
That movie is so awesome. Yeah, that movie is so good, bro.
Yo, that's Kelly Bundy in it, yo.
Yeah.
I know. I never saw it.
Yeah, man.
Damn, I don't know how the fuck, yo.
Yo, that movie is so dope, yo. It's funny as hell. It's just funny, but it's good. Like,
it's one of these 80s show. It's one of these 80s movie show.
I think it came out in like 1990.
But it's got that 80s feel. It's got 80s feel to it,
it's a late 80s, early 90s feel, but it's so it's so dope. But yeah, anyway, but that those are my picks for sure.
Well, movie is Honest Steve. As far as a show, it's called The Undoing.
I want to see that. That's with Nicole
Kidman and Hugh Grant. Yeah. It's on HBO Max. It's really, really good.
It's from the makers of the show that they had together with the women with
Big Little Lies.
Big Little Lies, yo. I watched that whole series.
I watched that too.
I watched all seasons of that. I think they're bringing it back for the final season too.
Yeah, they are.
That show is so dope, yo.
It is.
Yo, I can't lie. Me and my wife, we swear by that shit, yo.
That shit is good. But The Undoing.
Yeah.
It's Nicole Kidman and Hugh Grant.
Is it good? It's really good.
Yeah, I watched it like 4 times. It's only 6 episodes.
I know. I gotta watch that, yo. I've been wanting to watch that.
So basically, I don't want to give up way too much, but they're a married couple. Their son goes to this private school, and one of the parents from the private school is murdered. The Hugh Grant's like an oncologist, right? He treated the lady who got murdered. He treated her son that goes to the school. But the way it ties together and the way it all comes together, it's good. It's good. It's really, really good.
Wow. Yo, Dave, just to give you a brief synopsis on that show, Your Honor, yo. So Bryan Cranston is a judge, right? Yo, and his son ends up killing this kid, yo. Kid gets a brand new motorcycle or whatever for his birthday or whatever. He takes it out for a ride. He's in the 9th Ward in Louisiana or whatever. Like, I think his mother died. I think so. The judge, Bryan Cranston, his wife died. So he's going to go. The son is going to go lay flowers in a picture. I guess I'm assuming where she must have got murdered. I'm assuming. I'm only in the first episode, so I'm assuming that's where these flowers and this picture is being laid. First of all, the people in the neighborhood don't give a fuck about him or her that she got killed. They like, yo, nigga, get out of our neighborhood. We're about to fucking kill you. So he's nervous. He's got asthma. So he's nervous. He gets all, worked up and everything, and he can't breathe and shit, trying to find his inhaler. So he tries to, move off or whatever and be out of there. Meanwhile, he's not paying attention. He fucking clips and kills the fucking dude the kid on the motorcycle. That kid is the son of a notorious fucking like gangsta ass fucking like mob boss and shit. So what happened was Bryan Cranston is like by the law. He's pretty much by the book or whatever in regards to it. But he's down to help the people from what I can see. Anyway, yo, they're going to the police station to turn him in because he left the scene. He tried to help the kid, but the kid died. So he fucking died. So anyway, he tries to dip off. The kid dips off, leaves. He goes. Finally, he runs to his father, tells his father what happened or whatever, And then they're like, "Yo, you got to turn yourself in." They go to the police station or whatever, and then he goes in first. The father goes in first to go, turn himself in, say what happened. Realizes who they killed or who his son killed, and said, "Nah, fuck this nigga. Don't ever tell nobody about this shit. Like, we out of here, yo." Like, yo, they didn't realize who they had killed at first. They realized that he killed the son of a mob boss, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna have to keep this shit quiet. So that's where I'm at right now. But it's crazy, bro.
It's good. It's really good.
It's crazy.
Damn, yo. Definitely got to check that out, yo.
It's dope, yo. The first episode, it starts off so hot. It starts off like, it starts off on fire automatically. Like, shit.
The courtroom scene, right?
Yo, the courtroom scene is dope, yo. The judge just literally, he's a dope judge. He was like, he pretty much ran down the cop who was testifying that this girl, that he saw this lady put some paraphernalia nonsense and hide it in her vagina, right? Hide it in her vagina. So the judge, he's preparing for a decathlon or a marathon or something. So he's jogging through the lower 9th Ward or whatever. He goes to the house that the cop is slated to testify for later that day. And he sees the house. So he asked him about the house, and he said, "You saw her put the stuff up her vagina to hide it." He was like, "Yep, I saw her clear as day." But it's a shotgun house, which is a shotgun house means you can see straight from the front door to the back door. You would be able to shoot a shotgun from the front to the back door, and all the rooms are off to the side. So you can't see nobody in a bathroom put anything in anywhere unless you have X-ray vision to be able to see around corners and shit like that, because it's a shotgun house. The front door, you see straight through to the back door. So the judge pretty much called him out and was like, "You're a fucking liar."
I had a judge do that for me in Cranford, yo.
Really?
Yes, yo. Maybe we'll say, I don't know, man. I can tell the story now. I'll tell the story real quick, yo.
Go ahead.
It's February 2011. I'm coming home from seeing my homie who gave me something at the time, and I was dude. I had my seatbelt on. I know me. I drive my seatbelt. I had my seatbelt on. This motherfucking cop starts following me, pulls me over a few blocks up the road, tries to tell me I didn't have my seatbelt on, which immediately I start arguing with him, which was a dumb thing because I had a quarter in my console. So I don't know why I started arguing with him about the fucking seatbelt. But then he was like, but then he's like, I guess he smelled the weed in the car, and he was like, "Get the fuck out the car," or whatever the fuck. So I got out the car. The guy goes in. Damn, I hope this doesn't come back. Oh man. So the guy goes in, he finds the weed. All right, he finds the weed.
Mm-hmm.
The problem was he searched my car illegally, and he tried to say that it was because it was at night. The judge, and it was the day. Sorry, it wasn't February. It was June 11th. I was sorry. It was June 11th, 2011. I remember because the judge told the cop, he was like, so it was nighttime when you pulled him over, and he was like, yes. And he was like, and what time was it? And he was like, it was 7 something. He was like, my birthday is June 11th, and it's generally the longest day of the year. He was like, sun doesn't set until 8:30. There's no way it was dark at 7:15 when you pulled Mr. Lugo over. And I walked.
Wow.
But you know what? I walked, but I had to pay the seatbelt ticket. The only fucking crime I was actually fucking innocent of. And the other shit, I got to walk. Yo, I was like, what? Yo, the judge admonished this dude. He was like, don't come in here with false facts. He was like, I even see they played the little the dash cam.
Dash cam.
And it was daytime. He tried to say it was a busy street. He was like, we've been watching for 10 minutes, and I saw one kid with a skateboard and 2 cars go by. He was like, and it's broad daylight. He was like, it's not nighttime. There was no exigence for the search. He was like, I'm going to throw out the search and anything that was found with the search. But you still got to pay the seatbelt ticket.
Damn.
Yo, when I tell you, like, you know me, I'm not religious, man. When I came out, I looked up like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me the judge. June 11th birthday. I locked up.
This is the second week straight that this nigga has done this. Every time David Lugo looks up, you see that light just shine on his face. That's God, my nigga. That's God, my nigga. Yeah. Every time he does it, yo. Look.
So yeah, when I got out that police station, I looked up like, thank you, Lord. Oh, thank God.
And wait, hold on. Let me give you a little fun fact. You know what God said? He's like, man, niggas, fuck you.
No, God said was,
lucky I love you.
What? I didn't do that shit. Oh. Damn, I was the one who got you locked up. I was the one who told the cop to go get you.
You got you locked up, dummy.
How I get me locked up?
You did it. Shit.
I didn't do it. The guy that sold me the fucking weed did it.
You know what? Yo, wait, hold on. I'm about to make y'all die right now. You know what that sound like to me? Excuses.
Oh, you bitch. Oh, you bitch.
Yo, all right, man. We out of here, man. We've been messing around long enough. Watch what we told you to watch. It's been a great show, man. Yo, Dave, awesome job, yo, with the Heisman.
Yeah, word.
That was
word, man.
That was
balls, that's probably been passionate about,
Yeah, man. That's one of our dopest sessions and what you would call it, sections of the
podcast. I put a lot of work in, man.
That was dope, man.
Word. Nice.
Listen, man, we're gonna try to do better next time. Next week, what we got popping next week? We got anything good going on? I don't even know. As of yet, we'll let you know. Either way, man. Look, have a good Saturday, man. Y'all be easy, but we'll try to do better next time, man. Until then, we out. Yo, 3 in the Chamber podcast. Peace.
Out.
Peace.
Yo, whatever the reason, I don't care whatever the season. I'm there for you, shirt off, I don't care if it's freezing. Ready to bang, ready to hang. Any nigga fuck with my clique to the fat lady sing. And them black flowers they bring, I tell you to cut the head off. Riding them ties until they tell me to trade off. Problem when I'm on a mic, problem when I'm in a car, truck, train, or plane, or on bike. Problem when I audible nigga or yell hype. Problem when job hunting, working, or on strike. Problem with the multiplication or vice versa. Only addition, subtraction, I might hurt you. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the point of knocking you out. Need you beating with a sock in your mouth. Ghetto shit, throw a rock at your house. It ain't a game, boy. Cause if it was, I'd have to ruin Nintendo. Blowing in the wind, you know I'm smoking that endo. If you don't get it, then let me roll down my window. Say that we family, but I ain't know we was kin, though. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the. It's just another song. I'm making it up as I go along. It ain't no stopping what I'm dropping, cause my flow is strong. So don't push me, cause I'm close to